Hi, Lorrie Popow here.
I've come back from the 4th annual Pysanky at the Gardens, where we recorded several demonstrations from various egg artists. Because these were live events, the audio and video aren't studio quality, but I know you will still enjoy them very much.
Everybody has this little craft lathe, and if you don't have a table, now this you can buy, and yesterday you saw how Jen had one that was made specifically, but you can make your own, and you can build it up with anything that is solid and flat and preferably slick, so that you can do this. The important thing is that whatever pencil you use fit right into the center of that, because that is the exact middle. The other important thing to remember is that when you're doing these revolutions, that you rest your hand on this and do that, rather than hold it out here. And then the other thing is that you can draw ovals. Well, first, you can draw straight lines like this. But if you want to, build up the table, and then you can draw an oval.
I'm happy with that. Me too.
Oh, I see. Turn it around. And then if you build up some more, you can draw an oval inside that one. But this is a versatile, very inexpensive tool as a lathe. The only difficulty is this little thing is really hard to adjust. So I always carry with me something like this, because it's hard.
It is awkward.
It's awkward, and this is a needle nose, and so you can get that in there and it can twist that. But almost everybody has used or has seen somebody use this little lathe. But remember that you can do more than just draw these lines. You can also, by using something that you can make on your own, you can draw the lines across. Now, these marks, I put these marks on using one of those templates that UGS sells, and you just slide it over the 1 1/4 inch one. You slide over that gasket. Matter of fact, you take it out, slide over the gasket, and then you just make those marks. This one, because it doesn't get removed, you have to slide it on and then sort of bend the corners of it when you turn it, because this is 1/6 and this is 1/8. So when you put the table down, you line your pencil point up exactly on one of those marks, and then it will make and you can turn it then to the 1/8, or you can turn it next to the 1/4 mark, and you can divide your egg very easily into quarters or to 1/8 that way. And then if you use the 1/6 markings on this side, you can do that too. You could also take an Avery label, cut it into a little strip, wrap it around before you take the paper off the back, mark it exactly, and then you can measure on that too, so that you don't have to take this off, and you can then take the label off if you wanted to. A good idea is to glue those little rubber gaskets in. They fall out and get lost. You can buy replacements very easily. The other thing is when they get old and hard, they leave black marks on your egg, so you need to replace them.
I have a question before we move on. I always feel like I don't have my egg quite in there straight. Do you have some tips for centering from there?
I look at the egg and I turn it, and when I see it's dipping down, I make a little adjustment. You have a narrow end and a fat end, so make sure that your fat end of the egg is in the right way.
Oh, I never do that.
Yeah,
Never thought about that.
That is the narrow end and that is the fat end.
Huh.
A good way to test it,
Yeah, I noticed after about a year or two.
a good way to test it is if you think you've got it and you put it in, I don't have it adjusted right for this size of egg. If you turn it around and if your pencil point meets again, it's centered. If it doesn't meet, then you need to make an adjustment. But there is not a perfect egg out there.
No,
So there is always
some
going
eggs
to
are
be,
bumpy.
and there are eggs that have bumps on one side, they have flat sides.
I got a wall.
With my lathe like this, I'll put it in there, the egg in there very tight, and it'll still slip. It won't Is it shot? I think my
I
lathe is
think
shot,
you
right?
need to buy new rubber, new
Rubber?
inserts.
Maybe they're too hard. Maybe too hard.
Just hard.
They're hard. If they're hard, they will slide. Because if they're soft, they will grip that egg. So have you had it for some time?
A couple of years.
It might have gotten hard.
I didn't think of that, but I do have some extra ones. Yeah.
Ukrainian gift shop sells them, and I always put a little dab of glue in there, not to glue it solid, but glue it so that it holds it. If I were only going to buy one lathe,
Okay, that's what I thought.
I found this after I had spent a lot of money on other. This allcraft lathe is the lathe that I would buy. You can see the holes on the bottom here. You can adjust it all the way up to here, and then you have adapters here that you can slide over these things that can take up to a quail egg. You get it all the way in, this will take up to a quail egg. So you can do almost any size egg in this lathe. It has a wonderful gauge on one wheel. You start with the 0. This is a little plug that marks that. This is where you keep it when you're not using it. But you put this in the hole for the 0, fits in there. And then all the way around there are markings for 8s and 6s. So as you turn the wheel and you set it there, then it will be an absolute gauge.
Can you turn that around and just show the...
Right there. Okay, I'm going to. This, my main complaint about this is that this sliding thing here, where you put the pencil in the middle, this is manufactured in Ohio, and in Ohio they must have littler pencils than they do in the rest of the country. The only pencils that really fit are very skinny pencils. I took one like this and I sanded it down. And that is what I would use in here. What you are supposed to do...
Do they sell a pencil with the set?
No, I did not come. This is what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to put the pencil on there and weight it down. And then you put it here and slide it that way.
It stays perfectly straight.
And it stays perfectly straight. Then there are holes on either side. And if you do that, then you're making ovals or a band.
Okay, come here.
Because it makes this band.
Okay, sorry. That's okay. We'll share.
Carolyn, I'm so glad you're doing this. I got one a couple months ago. And do not make me read directions, please. Show me.
All right, now, if I want to move it all the way over here, see where it's the 0. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Val. I want to move it to the other one hole, which will turn it exactly 180 degrees. And then, when I do this, it is very versatile that way. However, what I like best about it is this tool that comes with it. And with this tool, if you get the screw on the side, and everybody see that screw on the side, when that slot is perfectly horizontal, and you set your pencil so that it goes into that, you know your pencil is set at the exact middle, just as it would be here. And at that point, you don't have to mess with this sliding thing. You can do... I'm locking it in at this one. Okay, I've already marked it there. I can just, if this were a slick surface, you need a slick surface. But what you do, slide this along here, and then all you have to do is turn it around and it will do the other side. And this is infinitely adjustable. This adjusts the pencil to any angle right here. This moves it up. So then you could make a wide band. You can adjust it up farther. Make an oval. Turn it around. And
Saved about a day's work.
you just
marking.
you saved a ton of work in marking here on this. And the only thing is on this, you have to make really sure that the pencil is in very tight, because a little touch will move it. So periodically, if I am doing this, I will check it. And I at one point decided that I was going to mark this so I knew how far, but it's easier to mark from my initial halfway point simply with a tape measure, and then I mark up, and then I adjust the pencil to touch that point. So this is, it is a well-engineered piece of thing. I have one small complaint about it, and that is the same complaint I have about that screw, is that you do have to carry a screwdriver, because if you're going to change it, look at the screw under there. You have to unscrew that to move it from one of the holes to the next. Now, if you're going to be just working on one size egg all of the time when you have it out, but I keep a screwdriver and I keep this pliers as part of my egg kit. It's right beside me all the time. This little thing could be duplicated. It's heavy, it's weighted. You could duplicate that pretty easily with stuff out of the shop, because it's simply got a tension if you're handy at all. If not, when you order this, I think this may be an accessory that you order, and I can't remember. I know this is an accessory for the adapter, and it comes with the directions.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel to get updates of new videos. Visit my website at lorriepopow.com. Hugs!